The Braid of Chains is designed with simple crocheting techniques and surface styling products with 2 finishing options. My name is Dawn McKee. Welcome to the Braid of Chains, a polished punk updo from Surface. To prep Heidi's hair, we worked with Reflect styling gel as well as jump mousse at the base. Then we're going to go ahead and use our dry shampoo to be able to absorb any oils throughout the day to ensure the hold of Heidi's updo. To begin the updo, we're going to start by sectioning the hair on the side ridge, right at that side ridge line, and following it right down through the red zone. Next, we're going to divide the section into 2, using a horizontal section following the curve of the head. We're going to take our shaping wax and distribute it right through the entire section. Once the section is combed nice and smooth and the shaping wax is distributed throughout, we're going to begin our chain. We're going to start with just a small section right at the temple area. When I'm about a ½ inch to an inch right away from the scalp, we're going to pinch the hair and we're going to give it a little bit of a turn clockwise to the right. We're then going to take our middle finger and our thumb. I'm going to pick up the tail from the loop. Once I begin to draw that through the loop, I'm going to go ahead and take my index finger and my thumb again, hold the tail in my one hand, and we'll pick up another section underneath. It's going to add to the tail, so I'm going to go ahead and just pinch that right into place. And now I draw that right through again, creating another loop. I'll take my index finger and thumb again, pinch the tail, pick up another section behind it, adding it to my tail, and then we'll draw it through, creating another loop. We're going to continue this all the way down to the nape area. Once we've reached the bottom at the nape, we're going to go ahead and just work with the tail, continuing to pull the tail through, creating the loop, pulling the tail through, creating another loop, and we'll continue down to the end. We've completed our first braid, and for the moment we're going to let it sit while we work on our second row. We're going to pick up our shaping wax. Distribute this shaping wax right through the entire section and comb it nice and smooth. To begin the second braid, we're going to take a small section right at the top by the side ridge. We're going to pinch it about a ½ inch away from the scalp and give it a turn to the right, creating that loop. Index finger and thumb, pull the tail through and tighten my loop. Index finger and thumb, hold the tail, pick up the second section behind it, and add it to the tail. Once I've added it to the tail, we're going to draw that loop right through the center. Index finger and thumb pick up the tail again, and we pick up a section behind it, add to the tail, and draw up another loop. We'll continue this all the way down to the nape. As we're nearing the bottom, you can see the crocheting technique that I'm using is creating this beautiful chained braid. We'll go ahead now and take the tail and continue to pull it through to the end. Again, pulling up the tail to draw a loop, inserting my index finger and thumb, drawing up a loop again, index finger and thumb, all the way to the end, and then the last of the tail just continues to pull all the way through to secure it. Once we've completed both of the chain braids, we're going to go ahead and pin it into place. You'll want to take the braid and place it right where you'd like it to lay, and it allows you some room to move it up. And then we'll pin in place, just tacking along where we need to. For option number 1, we're going to go ahead and finish out the right side just naturally. We'll be using our shine wax to complete the look. We're going to go ahead and work in sections, just taking the hair and twisting it to the left and just giving it a little bit of a push up to separate. And we'll complete the look by doing this throughout the whole side. To complete option 1, we're going to work with some push powder, just tapping it into the base to give Heidi some great volume. We're going to mist Awaken thickening spray up into Heidi's hair to allow the saw palmetto fibers to really thicken Heidi's curl and to give her tremendous volume. And for our final finish, some Bassu shine spray. And we have option number 1. For finishing option 2, we're going to begin to work on a mohawk. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to mimic the part line on the opposite side by going from the side ridge and following along down through the red zone. And we'll clip that right out of the way, right through the middle. We're then going to go ahead and take that horizontal parting right through the middle to divide the section into 2. To start the crocheting technique again, we're going to take a small amount just at the temple area, grasping it about a ½ inch or so away from the scalp, and we're going to give it a twist to the right so that we can go ahead and give it that little loop to start. We'll take our index finger and our thumb, hold the tail in place, and draw it through, creating a second loop. Once we've done that, we're going to take our index finger and thumb, hold the tail, pick up a section behind it, and add to the tail. We'll then draw that right through the center, drawing up another loop, and then continuing this all the way down through the nape. As we're completing right into the nape area, we're going to pick up the last of the section. We're going to go ahead and draw it right through the loop. Once I've created that second loop, we're going to take the tail and just use the tail. So we'll draw up a loop, insert my finger and my thumb, draw up a loop, and continue all the way down. At the end, I'm just going to take the tail through all the way and pull it tight. As we finish pinning our chain braid here on the side, we're completing our base for our mohawk. So we're going to go ahead now and move to finishing our mohawk by working with 3 easy ponytails. We're going to go ahead and section the middle out into 3 parts. As you can see, we've sectioned the hair into 3 ponytails. One right at the top in the green zone, and then right in the back we've divided into 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work with our texture paste, applying a little bit to the back of my hands here, really allowing the fibers and to be able to work right within my hands. We're going to allow the hair to fall naturally in the ponytail, and we're going to be using the texture paste to fill out our mohawk. So we'll go ahead and give the hair a twist. We'll pinch it at the bottom, and then we'll just continue to push out and build that hair, creating some beautiful texture. And we'll pin as we go. As I'm finalizing my last twist here, the texture paste, the fibers in it are really allowing me to give it that great lift and hold that I need to create the rest of my mohawk. We're going to go ahead and finish here with our Awaken thickening spray, really allowing the fibers to sit into the hair, creating that nice full look for Heidi. And we'll finish the look with a mist of our Bassu Shine spray. Enjoy the second option and the chain of braids.